Hello, Lightseekers. Welcome to PAX South here in San Antonio, Texas. We are seeing some great. We're doing our sealed tournament today. We've had a really good turnout this morning. We've got a lot of fun players, a lot of new players to the game also coming in, trying some stuff out. So it's been very exciting this morning. I'm the Rev.
I'm Jacob.
Is Jacob. So today we've got Hidden Wings. He's going to be here on the left side of your screen. He's playing a nature deck. On the right side we've got Razvid the Red, and he will be bringing in some mountain action with Dolo the Mighty. So we'll be getting ready to start our rounds here. Looks like the judge is going to be giving them the get-go here momentarily.
All right, looks like they're starting.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
All right, so we'll see who's up first. So again, Trianu, nature, green, starting at 30 health. His ability is you can draw 2 cards, but you will heal your opponent for 3.
And it looks like the Dolo the Mighty deck is taking the first turn. So he's got the 4-card opener, whereas his opponent has 5. And Dolo the Mighty's ability, he starts at 31 life, so he's got an extra point of health over his opponent, and he can take 2 damage to draw 2 cards.
Now, this is always an interesting lineup because of that healing. So Dolo's going to be receiving a lot of healing depending on how Hidden Wings is playing. So he's going to be able to really press that card advantage. But Triana's probably going to be drawing a lot of cards too, so it'll be really interesting to see. All right.
So it looks like Dolo's opened up with a first turn combo with a Shadow Flame. So it does nothing this turn, but next turn it's going to smack in for a large block of damage.
All right, so he's getting that out early. All right, so it looks like Hidden Wings is going for the heal card draw action here.
Yep, so his opponent's going to go up to 34 life, Razvid.
So that makes it this is really tricky, interesting situation for Hidden Wings because of that healing. Every time he's healing, he's drawing cards, but he's also giving Razvid, the Dolo player, cards as well.
Yeah. So we're seeing a Moss Ridge Defender from the Trianu deck, starting with some early defense, trying to mitigate the damage that's going to be coming off that Shadow Flame.
Hopefully our judges... Why did he Dolo there? Was that a Dolo
not
move?
Sure.
Yeah,
it was a Dolo move, just a little out of order.
All right.
But the Shadow Flame's coming in for 9 damage first off, and then a Crystal Leech is going to remove the Moss Ridge Defender.
All right, so the buff's out there. All right, so he's got an open board. Nature's a very buff-heavy color, so having an empty board like that does not make him very happy, I think, at this point.
No, that stays. Yep, okay, we're all good. Just a little bit of confusion.
In. Good job, judges. Thank you.
All right, so I believe we still have... Oh, no, we're back over to the Trianu player, and he is down to 21 life, I think. Yeah.
So, and the other thing again is, this is our second big tournament, right? Our first one being at Unplugged back east.
Yep.
And so we have a lot of new players that have just come into the game today. Some that came in yesterday, stepping in. So it's really exciting to see these guys. They're brand new on the scene. They're brand new to the game. So they're still making a few new mistakes, and that's all right. It's all part of the learning process, right?
Yeah, so it looks like Hidden Wing has deployed a Corvid Conspiracy, and he has been met immediately with an Impenetrable Shield by Razvid the Red. Now, Impenetrable Shield is a pretty cool combo. It makes you immune to damage for a couple of turns.
Period. Nothing can damage.
Nothing can damage you. So this Corvid Conspiracy, nothing's happening.
It's going to rotate in there, all right?
Yeah.
Interesting choice to play at this point, too. I mean, he's not going to take damage now. I'm always a little afraid going up against the nature deck, though. I like the shield. It's an awesome card. I tend to wait till I see I'm anticipating something really big heading my direction.
Yeah.
Corvid Conspiracy, I'm having trouble talking here. Corvid Conspiracy is a very solid buff, does good damage, but it's not necessarily the biggest.
It looks like he forgot to rotate his Impenetrable Shield there. I think his opponent's caught it.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Okay. Excellent job. All right, he's contemplating his...
He's just going to get the 2 free cards with Dolo the Mighty because he's obviously immune to damage. No downside to Dolo's ability there. Gets to sit on a healthy 32 for a while longer.
Definitely the time to draw.
But he did drop his opponent down to 17 with that Sneaky Creeble, which does 4 damage, ignoring damage reduction. And a Tree of Life for...
Soul of War there.
Soul of War, sorry, yeah. There's a little bit of glare there, makes it a little hard to see.
So Soul of War is every time that Hidden Wings takes damage, he's going to draw 1 card for each source of damage.
Yeah.
So that's going to make Razvid possibly think a little bit about the damage he's dishing out. Looks like he's Doloing.
Doloing, just going down to 30, but getting an extra couple of cards, a bit more gas in the hand.
We'll see, he's thinking about his second action. He's going to put down Prism Cannon.
Yep. So we've got nothing on the first 3 corners with Prism Cannon, but the final corner, that's coming for a big hit at 8. So, it's worth the wait, I think.
Definitely. That is a card, like I said, whenever I've played it, the opponents tend to fear. It's just it's a big hitter. There are other buffs that do as much damage, but maybe not all at once.
Not sure exactly what he's played there.
I can't tell that one either there.
Yeah.
A lot of glare on that one, unfortunately.
That's okay.
We'll have to see. Hopefully when he rotates it, we'll be able to see what that is a little better.
Yeah.
We'll play a little game out here in Lightseeker land. You guys can take your guesses as what you think that card is, and we'll see next round what it actually is. What the next
And
turn.
he's just drawing another card there.
Okay.
So it looks like the Corvid Conspiracy hit in again though and dropped the Dollar player down to 28. Slowly closing the gap.
All right. Looks like he's going to try to raise that gap a little bit more
so
again now.
Crystal Maze to heal for 4. Make sure the Prism Cannon rotates.
Let's rotate. All right.
And he's immediately cashing in half of that Crystal Maze to draw 2 new cards.
That seems like a good payment. That's probably worthwhile. Well, again, definitely the strength of Dolo with that card draw. For Conspiracy ticking.
Yep.
3. All right, what do we got?
It's another Corvid Conspiracy.
Corvid
It's
Conspiracy.
a pair of conspiracies.
All right, so he's got good rotating damage sitting on the table. Nice job, Hidden Wings.
Yeah.
So he's trying to really throw that pressure on Dolo.
Yeah, he's got a lot of buffs just ticking away for damage there.
And that's kind of the trick with Dolo, is like you just really want to get him low to the point where they just don't want to use that ability to draw cards, you know.
And it looks like a third Corvid Conspiracy's come down.
Wow.
He has just got flocks of birds beating down on his opponent here. And a Mantix Tunneler or Raider?
That's a Raider on
Mantix Raider coming in for a little bit more damage.
Looks like he's picked, I don't know what he picked there, but he, okay, now we're showing the hand.
And he's
Let's see
showing the
how many
judge to make
work.
sure that we get the right amount of damage. It looks like it was for a couple more extra points of damage. So Dolo's dropping down to 20 against his opponent's 17. So Razvid the Red still has the lead here for now.
So that's a very, very offensive start for a nature deck. It's kind of interesting. A lot of times, nature's so strong at like damage reduction and healing.
Yep, and so a Lava Bouncer coming back from Razvid the Red. So this one's a bit more hand interaction. He gets to put 2 cards of the category of his choice back into his opponent's deck. I'm not sure exactly what category he's chosen, but I think he's missed. I don't think he hit any of the cards.
Ooh, that
And
hurts.
Hidden Wings is dropping down to 15 off that one, but he gets to draw a card off of the Solar War.
All right, that's an unfortunate guess on the Lava Bouncer. All right.
And an Umbran Informant to refill with a bunch of cards, turning that Solar War to his own advantage.
Excellent play on Rad's part.
Yeah,
he's gonna
that's pretty good.
Take those cards into hand, drawing up to the equal of his opponent's hand size.
Cool. Solar War's rotating out, and then all the Corvid Conspiracies are rotating around and
Yes.
hitting in for damage.
A lot of
So I believe
damage.
that was 7 points of damage, knocking Razvid the Red down to 13.
All right, so now his Hidden Wings has his action phases. Let's
Yeah,
see
it
what
looks like
he's gonna do.
at the start of this, I thought that Dollar was really pulling ahead, but Hidden Wings is really catching up with all these
Yeah,
birds.
he's doing a good job balancing out.
Wow,
restarting
an
2
old
buffs.
oak here to restart 2 action buffs. All that work put into the Prism Cannon, getting it towards its end, has just been
All the way back
nullified,
around again.
and he gets more value out of his Corvid Conspiracy. That's a really good use
That
of
was an
old oak
excellent
there.
play. We got a Ninja Pig coming in there, Sneaky Creeble.
Sneaky Creeble, 4 more damage. Dropping Razvid down to 9.
He's really starting to lower the hammer here. Oh, what?
Oop, rotates the buff.
Rotate. Excellent.
Coming back with a Crystal Leech to get rid of some of those Corvid Conspiracies. You know, I hate it. I hate it when leeches kill my birds. You know, it's really rough.
What would the
Just,
ASPCA say?
He's got a lot of cards in hand. Both players have got sort of like reasonably full grips considering how late in the game they go on here.
Well,
and
I
so
mean-
that Dolo Triano abilities there.
Yeah, they're just maximizing their hand draw, so that's good.
Yeah, so
Good use of
Sneaky
the heroes.
Creeble drops Hidden Wings down to 11, and it is returned with the Corvid Conspiracy rotation, dropping Razvid down to 7.
All right, so they're both within that blasting zone.
Yeah, they're getting into those dangerously low life totals.
I always get really nervous as soon as I get to the, start getting into the orange area on these play mats.
Yep, that's when you're afraid that a combo can just take you out
Oh, yeah.
in one fell
Well, not
swoop.
even just combos, like 2 attack cards can clean you, depending on where you're sitting there.
He's thinking, he's got
He's
something.
gonna try. Oh, he's going in for the attacks.
Uh,
Oh, he's comboing.
I believe that's an animal control?
Looks like beast control.
Beast control,
Yeah.
beast control, yeah, that's
All
the
right,
one.
beast control, very powerful combo. It's going to rotate for 7. Now he has to use an ability to activate that 7 on each turn, but he does get 3 turns of hitting for 7.
Yep. Another Crystal Leech from his
Oh, the
opponent takes
removal.
rid of both of those buffs.
Removal so strong.
That was timely. That was very
Yeah.
timely. So that's
Actually
it's
used
going to remove the fear of the beast control.
Definitely saved his bacon there, because
And,
beast control would have killed him in 1 turn.
And a Magma Worm here, a little bit of chip damage, and it lowers your opponent's healing. So, Razvid the Red's really trying to make sure his opponent can't claw his way back
Definitely,
into this
and that's
game.
excellent use against Hidden Wings, because again, nature can be very strong in the healing department.
And now we're starting to see both players start to run a bit low on cards. You know, like we've had a few big, heavy-hitting turns, and now they're going to start thinking like, do I start using my ability again? Like obviously, Hidden Wings is a bit worried. You know, if he uses Triano's ability, puts his opponent back up in life, gets a bit more difficult. You know, there's a lot of decisions to be made in terms of card draw here.
I love it when the game gets to this point because it really can come down to one or two turns and decisions, and it just makes it really fascinating to see what the players choose to do.
He is doing the Triano abilities, healing his opponent back up to 10. So Radzvid gets a bit more life there.
Trying to see what he's got his hand there. Maybe he's trying to go for a big hit.
It looks like he's got a regrowth there.
Like a
big combo there. Regrowth bringing back that beast control could be a huge turn later in this game.
Huge. Yeah, even a couple of Corvid conspiracies with Radzvid the red being this.
And that looks like
it's a healing spell of some kind.
Some sort of fungus spore leecher? Spore feeder. Spore feeder, yeah. Yeah, which heals him for 2 and does 2 damage back to his opponent. And there's the Prism Cannon, there's the big 8 hit, and then one from the Magma Worm.
We'll see what happens as he finishes.
And there's a Rock Rager and an Everrock Relic. That's the game over there. That was a big turn of damage for Radzvid the Red. That was
really big turn,
that was 14 points of damage, you know. And he didn't even get the full effect off of his Everrock Relic or his Rock Rage. He was just happy to throw him for 3.
Right, just toss those. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a surprisingly close game. Like they really
good to both
kept
players,
going back and forth there.
A lot of good interaction and well use of the cards. So there you go. Here we are finishing up round 3. Radzvid the Red taking that particular game. Good job to both players.
Yeah.
It was a really good game, very entertaining to watch.
Got a couple more games to go.
Yeah.
There's best 2 out of 3 at this event. So, let's see if the Triano player can bring it back.
All right. Here we go. So hopefully we'll get some more exciting games like that.
Let's see who chose to go first here, because I believe Hidden Wings had the choice, and I think he's choosing to seize the initiative. He's going to go first. Yeah.
So let's see how they will adjust their play style.
There were a lot of combos deployed by our good friend Radzvid here. You know, he started the game off with a couple of strong ones, and he just rode the back of that to victory. Immediately, Triano is healing Radzvid up to 34 and getting a couple of cards for Triano, and then a 3rd card draw. That's the thing about both these heroes. Both these heroes have the ability to just every turn draw 3, and that that's quite a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards, and especially with a deck that's this size, right? Again, running a 35-card deck, you're drawing a 10th of your deck just about.
Yeah, and then Dolo coming back with
he's like, I'll take that
damage.
heal. I'll turn that into 2 cards. Thank you. Yeah, it seems like a good deal right there. I think right now he's getting a little bit better end of the deal. He's getting 1 point of health and 2 cards, basically. Out of that.
And he just drew a 3rd card as well. So both players opened with 3 card draw turns.
Filling hands.
Now this one is Tree.
It's a Tree Sprout. So he'll be healing, and every time he heals, he's going to get to draw a card off of that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Tree Sprout, Tree Sprout.
And once again, that clear right in the middle of the table.
A Spirit Mob. So that one's 3 damage, and if you have more buffs than your opponent, you get to do an extra 3 damage. So that Spirit Mob is hitting in for a full 6.
Right
yeah. It's like a complete reverse. Like first turn, heal my opponent, draw some cards. Second turn, smack away at them and deploy some cards.
It's always the question I have in mind when I'm playing a Triano deck is like, at what point do I stop healing and begin my damage drive? And some people start it very early.
And here we go, a turn 2 combo from Radzvid. Radzvid loves his combos. So a Stream of Tantos. So he's going to heal for a bunch, deal a bunch of damage to his opponent. So Radzvid after that's going to be on 33, and Hidden Wings is going to drop down to 24.
I think that's a great play because, I mean, you're damaging him. The Stream of Tantos is always really strong, but this plays early in the game. He's also getting that extra heal that's going to allow him to really dig into that deck further with Dolo's ability.
So the Tree Sprout's rotating there. He's going to grab a couple points of healing, so Hidden Wings is going to go back up to 26 and draw a card.
So both our players still at very high health at this point in the game.
Yeah, both of them still have like a reasonable number of cards in their hands.
Trying to see people we got here. I see some good.
I see some really good combos in Hidden Wings' hand. I see a Regrowth and a Vine Lash. And that could be a sick combo. Vine Lash and then Regrowth Vine Lash. It's going to be a big couple tons of damage
coming in, yeah. Even if, I mean, Radzvid has been running some really good removals, so even if that Vine Lash gets removed, he can still bring that back in with Regrowth and still potentially hit him with it.
I'm pretty sure that Radzvid played the full 3 Crystal Leeches in the first game. Yeah. We saw them all. So there's the Triano activation, putting Radzvid up to the full 35 and grabbing a couple more cards.
Again, that just shows the importance of the removal. So critical. All right, so that's not usually in the starter deck. So that must have been one of his booster packs. So on this starter, they are getting the starter deck, which comes with a booster. They also got 2 additional boosters that they could crack open and utilize in their deck, their deck building.
It looked like it was a flower garden, which is the increases healing done by 2.
And that again, so that is something that he pulled in from one of his boosters.
Crystal Leech.
And the Crystal Leech cleaning everything out again.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure
Seeing a lot of Crystal Leeching from
I'm
Radsvid.
thinking Hidden Wings is learning to really not like that card at this point in the game.
Alright, so seeing some thought here. I think that's a sneaky Creeble sneaking in for 4 more damage. Dropping Radsvid down to 29.
And he takes the draw.
And he goes for just a safe little draw. And I'm seeing a couple of combos back in Radsvid's hand again.
So was that a Rock Fist that I'm seeing?
Yeah, it looks like a Rock Fist and a Shadow Flame again.
He's dropping
but he's
down
just
the
dropping down a
Prism
Prism Cannon, you know, going for that safe 8 damage on the 4th corner.
Safe, solid, heavy hitter.
And a sneaky Creeble sneaking in for 4. You know, both players enjoying their Creebles, and Hidden Wings dropping down to 22.
I have to say, even thematically, I really like Prism Cannon because it just feels like Everrock. It's slow, but when it hits, it's going to hit really hard, right? It's just kind of that.
Slow and steady wins the damage race, they say.
I figure, you know, if you're made of rock, you're not in a big rush. You're used to taking time, right? So.
What about Prism Cannon Mark II? It's like a Prism Cannon, but twice as good.
It does hit for 16. It does cost you a few cards.
Two cards, only 2.
Only 2.
It's just 2 Prism Cannons strapped together. So I think we're back on Hidden Wings here. Considering his plays, he's looking at that Vine Lash. He's eyeing it.
As I would be. Anytime you get a Vine Lash, you're thinking, I really want to play this card. Again, it's a combo buff, so it does cost you some cards, but that thing's going to tick and hit for 14. Very, very heavy hit.
Looks like he's deploying some damage coming out here from the
It's a Wasp.
infected Wasp. So does 3 damage plus an extra point of damage for each buff your opponent controls. So 4 points of damage here.
It's like, take that for playing a Prism Cannon. I'll teach you a thing or 2.
Yeah. And I think he's just going to go for the card draw here.
Right.
Yeah, just refilling.
Filling up that hand. Oh, that looks
All
like
right, here comes a big combo.
What do we got? Rock this.
Crystal Skin,
Is that a
I
crystal-
believe it's Crystal Skin.
It is a Crystal Skin.
Yeah, Crystal Skin. So he's going to have 4 damage reduction from all sources of damage for the next 4 turns. That's a lot of force.
Very strong, you know, and that again also counts for his own damage. So he's going to be able to get free card draw basically off his Dolo.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
That's a good one.
Horse Mender returning the buffs to play.
Yep. So he's just shuffled those 3 cards away to deploy his Crystal Skin, and it's now back in his hand.
Yep.
So that's a pretty good play from Hidden Wings there.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, punishing him for dropping that and
Yep.
losing hand cards there. Losing hand advantage is what I'm trying to say. Card
Oh,
advantage.
that's pretty good. So we've done 4 damage with a sneaky, a shadowy figure, I believe it's
Shadowy
called.
figure,
Yeah,
okay.
4 damage, and he has to return a card of the element of your choice back to your deck.
Excellent play. So that card
And he
is
knows what cards are in his opponent's hand.
able to peek that. So that makes that card twice as strong.
Yep.
That's a good addition. He again, that is not in the starter booth or starter deck, so he was.
He must have
obviously
picked that up
pulling
in one of
out
his
boosters.
packs, yeah. Prism Cannon comes out again, and he's going to take 2 damage to draw 2 more cards.
Yeah,
So
relentless cannons.
Radsvid dropping down to 19 in the pursuit of card draw. You know, there's no cost is too great.
All right. One thing I've enjoyed in the game. There's a lot of really subtle jokes.
Yeah.
Just in the hero names. Looking at, so we got Trianu Leaves on one side, and we got Dolomite on the other side on the right. Just the subtle movie references I've enjoyed.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah.
So we got a Crystal Bat, so 3 damage to Hidden Wings and 3 healing for
3 healing.
Radsvid. Switching the life totals, so Radsvid's now back on 22, bypassing Hidden Wings, who's now on 21.
Okay. So Hidden Wings as it's his turn. He's
Yeah.
looking at his card options here. I see
Looking
a
at
couple
that
of
big
in there.
grip of cards.
Yeah, looks like he's got added a beast control to his deck there, or his hand as well. So he's got a regrowth, beast control, and the Vine Lash.
Yeah, he's
That
stacking those combos. I'm really looking forward to seeing one of them hit the board. It's gonna be a great turn.
So yeah, he's got 2 really strong combo buffs in hand, and then a
but
third
also
combo.
he
that
does have this strong fear of Crystal Leech.
and that's justifiable after last game. Yeah. So.
Yep.
But at the same time, he's running that regrowth. So if you could draw them out, it's going to be expensive. But if he could draw them out by playing those buffs early in the game, he's dropping the Vine Lash.
Vine Lash
Interesting.
is being used for a regrowth.
Regrowth at this point. Okay.
Yep. All right, so he's going to get 5 points of healing, back up to 26.
He's going to bring out 2 buffs from his discard pile, put them immediately into play.
Yep.
All right, so we got a Tree Spirit there
And a Flower Garden.
Flower Garden. So he's
and-
going for the healing and card draw.
And this is great because Tree Sprout heals you, and Flower Garden increases healing. So he's going to get a little bit of synergy going on that.
Yep. Very good use of those 2 cards, and he'll get card draw on top of that. So that's a good deal.
Yeah. Not a bad use of the old regrowth
Yeah.
there.
Seems like both players are playing a little more cautiously this game than they were the first one.
Well, they're a bit more aware of the cards their opponent has after the first game.
All right, dropping the combo back. Oh,
Oh
he's
no!
using
Crystal
it.
Skin is going to pay for the impenetrable shield. So instead of the 4 turns of damage reduction, he's just going to go for 2 turns of invincibility.
The "You Can't Touch Me" card.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. The old impenetrable shield.
That's one of the few cards that even gets around the Sneaky Creeble, because it just cannot take damage.
That is correct. Doesn't count as damage reduction. It's just more like ignoring it, straight up.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
The
So
Superman
Tree Sprout's going
card.
to rotate, get the 2 healing, increased by 2 because of the Flower Garden, causing it to rotate.
4, so he is up to 30 again.
He's found his starting life total, and he gets to draw a card off Tree Sprout. Just asking a quick rules question, I assume.
Checking in with the judge. Yep. And he should take his card. Did he draw his card?
He did not draw the card off Tree Sprout, but I think he's still having a bit of a discussion. He
Still
might
trying to
get
figure it
there.
out.
I think it might have been missed.
Oh no. That hurts. It's a mistake that hurts.
Yeah. I might go quickly check in with the judge. Okay.
Double check here. Okay. So
Yeah, it's okay.
looks like they're resolving stuff here. We got a new card down on the table.
Yep. So he's going to restart 2 action
okay,
buffs again.
gotcha.
The old oak. So he's going to get more value out of his Tree Sprout, and downside to the Prism Cannon.
Okay. All right, here we go. So we still have that Prism Cannon ready to start ticking again. We got lots of healing on
Yep.
Hidden Wings side of the table. He's still weighing his options.
Can't really do any damage from Hidden Wings because of that impenetrable shield.
Yeah, it looks like he's asking
Staring him
a
down.
couple questions with the judge here. They are discussing with our staff here.
Gotta make sure that you know all the way things work.
We have a question here. All right, so they are discussing some stuff.
Targets.
So they're going, all right, so they
One
are
on his
in
field
the
and
middle
one
of a
on his field.
consultation.
Or does it have to both be his own?
He's still smiling though, so that's a good sign.
and you can
Looks
choose
like they're having fun.
Just different
Yeah,
ones?
it's because it only
So,
attacks targets.
met both these guys. Radsvid
Okay,
the
I
Red
was
is
just double
one of the
checking.
local
Yeah,
San Antonio players we met at one of our stores. Hidden Wings actually just picked up the game yesterday, came by for a demo. Found that they really enjoyed the game, as many players do, myself included. All right, so the judge is delivering the news, and
Yep.
we are continuing play.
So Crystal Bat coming in for the old heal 3, damage 3. And
Right
a Rock Rager,
Right into the Rager.
which is a sick combo because Rock Rager normally only does 3 damage, but under the influence of the Crystal Bat, because he healed this turn, he gets to do the full 6 with it. So a bit of a life total swing there.
Yeah, not too bad. Hits,
And
heal
both
for 3. And
both
hits your
players are
back
tied
1
up
for
at
9.
25.
All right, so we got still got all sorts of healing and damage reduction sitting on the table.
Yeah.
Both players weighing in on that.
A lot of healing from Hidden Wings, a lot of damage prevention from Radsvid.
Let's say it's been very exciting here at PAX, though today, so like I said, this is our first sealed. What do we got on the table here?
He's picking up a card, and he's doing some damage.
That rotates out.
That rotates out, and the Prism Cannon's 1 turn away from firing. And
And the leech.
here comes the Crystal Leech.
And Hidden Wings is saying, I knew it.
Looks like it was a Monster Edge Defender protecting him there. I think that card that he picked up there was to remember for the Tree Sprout.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad they got that corrected. So it looks like Radsvid wanted to clear out Hidden Wings' defenses there. So he wants that. He wants his Prism Cannon to tick for as hard as it possibly can.
The full power of it. Yeah.
Definitely.
There's the Tree Sprout healing for 1, and he gets to pick up another card.
I love the Tree Sprout. It's just a make me feel good card when I play it. So yeah, this tournament's been great. This is our first official sealed tournament, and we had a surprisingly large turnout today. Quite a few more than we expected, and we've got
I believe
lots of very exciting
48 players signed up for this one, so quite a decent turnout. So a Tree of War came down. A Soul of War, sorry. Soul of War.
Soul of War. So again, yeah,
And
he'll
followed
be-
by a Spore Feeder, which is a big chunk of 4 healing. And then the Prism Cannon fires off for 8,
fires up for 8. Yep.
dropping Hidden Wings down to 22. But he gets to draw a card because of the Tree of War,
And then he's smacking him with Flame Bat.
Soul of War. Yeah, and
more,
flame bat
so-
for 5 more damage, down to 17, and another card draw. So he's getting a lot of value out of that
Getting a
Solar
lot of
War.
max out of it,
Yeah.
Yeah, usually when I see a Solar War, I hesitate to hit somebody just because I don't want them to have cards. But Radzvid's playing right into it.
I
He's
mean,
like, bring
does
it
it matter
on.
how many cards they have if they're dead?
That's true.
Yeah.
Take all the cards you want and die. Okay, that's the new slogan for.
That's
for
that's
this
what
server.
Radzvid's red strategy. He wants his opponent to be looking at all these cards, being like, "What could I have done?" All right, so we got a lot of choices now for Hidden Wings. He's got the
Does have
options
good
now.
There's still a Vine Lash in there.
He's redrawn it because he
Oh,
originally
did he?
used it
That's
for
right,
the
that's right.
regrowth. So he's got it back
Beast Control. All right, he's going for an attack.
in an infected wasp for another 4 damage again, just like in game 1. Very similar situation. Prism
yeah.
cannon into infected wasp before.
I see Stumpdrift Shaman in there.
And just a card draw.
Taking that, all right.
So he's trying to close the gap. Then
Trying to
both
close
players
it
are
down.
tied up at 17.
Looks like Radzvid is playing Exterior Defender.
So the next attack card that Hidden Wings plays is just completely cancelled. So he's got a little bit of protection there.
And that also cancels attack abilities, should he have something on the table. So,
Like a Beast Control.
Beast
Yeah,
Control.
cancels the
would
Beast
stop
Control's
a Beast
ability.
Control.
All right, so Solar War's on its last corner. One more turn of drawing cards.
So Hidden Wings, I know he's been staring at his cards. He has to, with that Exterior Defender down, that makes you change the way you're going to play, the order you're going to drop certain things sometimes.
Because you've either got to remove it with a card that's not an attack card, or you have to just waste an attack card. You know, sometimes that's not the worst thing, but
But even if it's the smartest play, it always feels bad to me.
so we got a Stumpdrift Shaman coming down for a bit of
Alright.
healing. So 1 point of healing there is going to put Hidden Wings up to 18. If he remembers to move his life counter.
Put that up there, okay. And we got some damage coming down on the table here.
Yep.
All right. That
From
looks like
from activating Dolo's ability.
Looks like
Took
Dolo's
the 2.
ability
And a Crystal Leash
removal.
is going to remove the Stumpdrift Shaman and a Tree of War. A Soul of War. Man, I get that wrong every time. It looks like a tree.
You just like war trees. Oh, there was the healing. Good.
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
Good job.
And the other Solar War's rotating out. So now it's an Exterior Defender staring at an empty board from Hidden Wings.
I get this. My brain is telling me that I'm going to start calling that Tree of War from now on. I think that you pretty much have have cursed that name in my brain forever.
Yeah, you know, warrior trees getting in there, doing some battling. Okay, so Reckless Spirit is going to get cancelled, but it removes the Exterior Defender, which is, I think, why he was playing it.
Just to get rid of it. Yep. Accomplishes the same
And
thing.
a
we want.
Shriano activation a bit late in the game, putting Radzvid the Red back up to 18, you know, so that both players, again, have drawn the life totals up at 18.
I'm guessing the Hidden Wings is probably, it looks like he's hunting for cards to be able to play some of those combos, is what
Yeah.
it feels like.
So a Magma Worm sneaks onto the battlefield,
Okay.
getting a little bit of chip damage and healing prevention, and a couple more card draw from Dolo the Mighty. He has gotten good mileage out of that Dolo the Mighty
Yeah, it's
ability.
been really good. Oh, there's Corvid. Corvid Conspiracy coming down. It's
Yep,
gonna be, it's like buff for buff. I'm going to play one that is like, oh yeah, Mr. Red player, I'm going to slap down a bigger green buff. Take that. So yeah, we're kind of going tit for tat here.
Because you know what eats a worm? A bird. Right? So Corvid Conspiracy, it has to beat Magma Worm.
It's so thematic.
So Magma Worm's going to ping away for 1. He's moved his life counter the wrong direction. He moved up. He should have moved down to 17.
There we
All right,
go.
we got it fixed. We're good.
Good.
All right, and we've got a Boulder
Boulder
Feast.
Feast.
It's a big batch of 6
Big
healing.
heal, yeah.
Radzvid's going back up to 22. Living life.
And boom.
So that's 2 Earth Element cards in 1 turn, which shouldn't be happening here because I don't believe Dolo has access to Superior Earth. Yeah.
All right. Well, Power Crew.
Corvid's going to chip in for 3.
That is one of the trickiest things in the game
Yeah.
often. But all right, let's see.
You get sort of caught up in the game. Just keep playing cards.
All right, let's see what Hidden Wings is going to respond to that.
I'm sure he's going to find some more damage. You know, he's got no fear from the Exterior Defender anymore. So a combo,
He is dropping a combo.
Vine Lash.
Vine Lash, there it is.
Yep.
He's going to try to close in on that. All right,
Yeah.
so but he is dropping into the combos for it.
Yes, he's put back the Beast Control to bring out the Vine Lash. Cool. So Vine Lash does nothing this turn, but next turn it's going to hit in for 14 damage. It's like a sort of an angrier version of Shadow Flame that got played earlier by the Dolo player.
It's a very seriously angry Vine.
Yeah, just like a couple more points of damage, but it does cost an extra element.
Yeah,
so.
there are certain cards that when they come out on the table, the opponents just, you just don't want to see sitting across the table from you, and that's
Yeah.
one of them. That's just, Vine Lash is a big hit.
But he's doloing. He's digging deep to
He's
find.
just going right into it.
Yeah, he's taking 2 damage to find some cards,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
deploying a Colossi artifact.
Which he may, again, this may be a new player thing. Colossi Artifact does reduce damage from action cards down to 4.
Yeah, they cap out at 4.
But that does not affect a combo card. And I don't know if Radsvid the Red realizes that yet.
Yeah.
But we'll see. If that was his intention, I'm not sure. But he is definitely going defensive. He's putting down the Colossi Ritual site.
But he drew cards with Dolo first that turn, right? Remember, he was digging for the card, and then he played Colossi Artifact and Colossi Ritual
We'll
site.
see. It looks like there's some discussion going on here, so we'll see
Yeah.
what they're talking about.
See what the judges rule on this one.
They're definitely chatting. Looks like that one snuck by. So he's getting ready to rotate.
So 2 damage from the Carver Conspiracy.
And then
14. Yeah, we were on point here, so it goes down to 1. And then
I
a
think
single
he's-
point of
I
damage is
think
going to do it.
He's just going to swing it. Yeah, so it was a little player, but that is going to finish out.
Can't do more than 4, so it's going to still be enough to kill him because he's only on 1.
So plenty, yep.
Yep. So that brings the scores to 1-all, going
All right.
into the 3rd game.
All right, 3rd game. So once again, good game from both players.
Yeah. You know, showing that there's a fair amount of like sort of equal power level between the 2 decks. Like both decks have a lot of card draw. Both players were looking at a full grip for a lot of that game, and you know, in this case, it just came down on the Triano side.
And we're also seeing again the fact that we have new players. Again, these guys just came into it, so it's part of the excitement of finding a brand new game.
Yeah.
Finding a big community that are really enjoying it. It's a good time. We've had a lot of fun with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's fun to see the excitement of these people coming in, but we do get a few play mistakes here and there. But as the community develops, you know, it's one of those things. Like I know in other games, as you step into an established community, I make play mistakes, and we just kind of help correct each other and learn. So it's kind of fun to see everybody learning together.
Yeah.
So myself
I
included.
think everyone's having a pretty good time this weekend. You know.
Yeah, definitely. So we've had some very enthusiastic responses this week.
All right. So it looks like Radsvid's seizing the initiative into this game. Okay. I think you're just
All right, so it's Justin Cameron there. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a big first turn. Crystal Bat
Yeah.
for the 3 damage, 3 healing, followed up by the Rock Rager for the full 9.
Immediate 12-point swing right out of the gate.
Yeah, 12-point swing straight off the bat. Down to 21 for Hidden Wings, and all the way up to 34 for Radsvid. But see, now Hidden Wings has a really safe Triano activation because he's only going to give his opponent 1 point of healing,
Right, it's basically
and he gets to draw 2.
It's basically free cards,
Yeah.
more or less, at that point. And that's usually the Triano thing. Like I have a tendency to just draw too many cards when I play Triano because it's just so fun to do.
It's so easy. I'll use this ability here, and I'll draw a bunch of
I'll
cards.
take cards.
All right, so here comes the Soul of War, you know, for a bit more card draw for the Triano player.
He's got soul. He's super bad.
And Radsvid's just going to cash in on some of that extra life he's generated and draw a bunch of cards.
Right.
Even using his last action to draw that 3rd card, you know, the 3-card turn.
So he's digging in there, really building his hand.
All right, so looks like Hidden Wings is considering his options here.
All right, yeah, he's weighing in on his cards. He's drawing.
Yep.
Looks like he's taking, yeah.
He's happy to give his opponent some more life.
Yeah.
I mean, between those 2 Triano activations, he only gave 3 points of healing, which is 1 Triano activation, so that's pretty good
Not too
value.
bad at all, yeah.
Looks like a Fungal Leecher, so nothing, but then 2 turns of 2 damage and 2 healing from the Leecher.
So that card equals out to a 4-point swing if it makes it all the way through its rotations.
Yeah. Oh, 8-point swing if you get both corners.
Because
yeah.
I can math, yes, 8.
Yep. So Stone Scribe coming down for Radsvid. Now this is a bit of an interesting one. So instead of cards going to the discard pile, instead they're going to come straight underneath the Stone Scribe. So he's managed to just save a Crystal Leech there underneath it and get
big.
it back.
That's big.
Because when the Stone Scribe expires, it's going to shuffle all the cards underneath it back into the deck.
So that's a really good way of getting a second chance at cards that you really want to keep, especially with the Crystal Leech, because it's a burn card, and burn cards cannot be brought back from your graveyard. So something that's as important as removal like that, it's really nice to have it be able to get shuffled back into your deck.
Yeah.
So that was good play order.
Okay, so Hidden Wings are going for a Stump Drift Shaman. You know, he's going to try and heal up a bit after that beating
That
on the
should
first
bring
turn.
him to 22.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he's just
Hidden Wings
considering his options here.
looking way, and
It looks like the
second
Sneaky Creeble's going to sneak in for 4
option
damage.
there.
He's turning it into a bit of a damage race.
Yep.
And a Sneaky
And a
Creeble
Sneaky
straight
Creeble.
back. So Radzvid dropped down to 31. Looking at his opponent's 18 though, so he's probably quite happy there.
Yeah, he's
And
sitting in a good spot currently, so we'll see what Hidden Wings is going to...
And after playing that one card, he's then Dolo the Mighty, taking a couple points of damage, doesn't really care, and he's refilled his hand. So he's still got like this grip of cards. But that Stumpdrift Shaman, getting work done with the healing there.
Yeah, it's going to heal for 4 on the next turn. That's a good, solid heal.
It does sort of ramp its way up, the old Shaman. He gets himself worked up.
He's like, oh yeah, you thought that last heal was big? Wait till you see what I do next turn. Yeah, he gets very excited about it.
Yeah.
So, and again, just demonstrating that
Looks
that
like just a
strong
full
healing.
turn pass for Hidden Wings.
So he just wants cards. He's digging for cards.
Yep. Happy to shelter behind his Stumpdrift Shaman.
Definitely.
Just pick up a fistful of cards.
Right here, Relic coming onto the table.
Yep.
He's gonna shuffle.
A combo back into his deck to get the full 6 damage from it. Drop his opponent down to 14.
Okay. Now Hidden Wings is not hiding for that healing. He's praying for that healing.
Yep. And then a Dolo the Mighty activation again.
Yep.
Once again, Radzvid happy to drop down to 27, but get to pick up some more cards.
Yeah, he's definitely sitting pretty on the health, which of course translates to cards. So
It's great. But the Stumpdrift Shaman is going to get off its full 4 points of healing. You know, Hidden Wings jumping up to 18 again.
bringing that game close in.
Yep. And he's going to consider his options. Once again, both our players just have so many cards throughout this game. There's so many decisions to make. It looks like we're going to see. Looks like we're going to see a beast control. It's going to be a beast control.
Yep. Beast
Yeah,
control
there's the
coming
beast
down.
control.
Mighty strong combo. Again, as I was saying, it's 7 points of damage on each corner. You do have to use an ability to activate it on your turn.
But if you activate it 3 times, 21 damage is a lot from a single
That
card.
is a lot.
But I do see Radzvid eyeing off a Crystal Leech at the front of his hand there, so he is ready to deal with this.
I would not want to take that 7 points of damage either. Where I
Yep.
sit in that. And again, if he uses that Crystal Leech this turn, that's going to go right under that Stone Scribe. Like that just really is working in his favor. There it is.
Yep. Last turn of the Stone Scribe, and he's getting another pretty high value card. So there's 2 Crystal Leeches under that Stone Scribe, and we know he's playing the full 3. So when that Stone Scribe expires, he might be able to play 5
Getting it
Crystal
all
Leeches
back.
this game.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
That's really painful for Hidden Wings because nature is so dependent on its buffs. It's very, very buff heavy color. So you get that much removal of it, it just can be really damaging to your play.
There's the
Oh.
old Reckless Spirit. So he's going to chip in for 3 damage off Radzvid, dropping him to 24.
Nicely done by
removing
Hidden
the
Wings.
Stone Scribe, completely ignoring its ability to shuffle the cards back in.
Those Crystal Leeches are gone.
Hidden Wings was just biding his time. He wanted to make sure it really hurt getting rid of that Stone Scribe.
that does hurt.
And hurt it did, yeah.
Yeah. Just when you think you're getting cards back for Christmas, the Grinch comes along.
And then just a
No, it's
single
good.
card draw from Hidden
Not
Wings
that
to
Hidden
end the
Wings is
turn.
the Grinch. That was a good play.
Hidden Wings not too worried about being on 13 life. He's happy to sit there for a little while longer. And his opponent's doloing again down to 22.
Digging in for cards, we got a combo coming out.
It looks like a
Is it a
regrowth.
regrowth?
So we're going to see some pretty strong buffs coming back because we know there's a beast control in there.
There's a Beast Control and I guess maybe is he going to go for healing or damage?
Probably. I'm imagining he's going to go for the. Oh, he's going to go for the Solar War. He wants the card
He
draw.
wants cards. All right.
You know, you can tell by the way he's been playing. The guy loves drawing cards. No, he's changed his mind. Damage and healing it is.
All right. There
All
you
right.
go.
And he gets 5 healing off the regrowth, so he's gonna go all the way back up to 18 as well.
Yeah, he's probably feeling pretty confident because he knows now there is one more Crystal Leech lurking around in there, but he knows he's gotten rid of 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I think he's just playing for it. Although
We can see it in
I
his
can see there's
hand.
one in his
So
hand.
Radzvid does
Oh.
have that last Crystal Leech ready to go.
I'm sorry, Hidden Wings, you got bad news.
One day you'll get to
It
resolve
was
the
a
buff.
great
One
play.
day.
I think you made the right call in what you were doing right there, but yeah, there's just that Radzvid has the answer. He does have the answer.
All right, so the Enchanted Soul is going to rotate, healing Radzvid back up to 24,
And boom.
and the Crystal Leech
There
just
was that
wipes those
turn.
2 buffs out. Faster than you can see regrowth.
So yeah, it was that's tough for Hidden Wings. Again, that was a good play, Hidden Wings. I think that was the right call, but yeah. I just
Alright,
think
so
about the combos. Yeah, go ahead.
Got to think about. He's thinking about what he's going to play with his second action here. He might draw some cards. Yep, doloing again.
Into it. And we
Yeah,
got a
that-
Stream of Tantos and is it a Crystal
And
Skin?
Crystal Skin again. He's got so many. It's just a fistful of combos all the time.
A fistful of combos.
All right, Corvin Conspiracy comes down. Here comes the birds.
Those birds are gonna just chip into his healing, into that enchanted
Oh,
soil.
and that's an unbroken informant. So he gets to
Nice.
draw. Hidden Wings gets to draw until he has the same number of cards as Radzvid. And since I believe Hidden Wings was down to his last card, that's 3 cards for 1. That's pretty good cash in for
Good deal,
value.
Yeah.
Sort of the downside of was keeping a full hand is someone might just get you with the Umbron Informant. All right, Enchanted Soil, healing another few points
Yeah,
onto Razvid.
It's one of the good balance points, I think, of the game, because there is no maximum hand size, and you have that ability to just, especially with heroes like this, where you can just get a huge, huge hand size.
Yep.
Right? But then there's cards like that that'll come along and just punish you.
All right,
What are we doing here?
Stream of Tantos and the Colossi Ritual Site being used to pay for Crystal Skin. So he's got 4 damage reduction for the next 4 turns.
Right.
Hunkering down behind his buff.
Yeah, that's a good one. So that's going to reduce damage both from his opponent and also from his own hero, should he choose to use it to activate and draw cards.
Yep. So the Corvid Conspiracy is rotating onto its 3-corner, and it's doing nothing. It's absorbed by the Crystal Skin.
Yeah, Crystal Skin is so hard. When your opponent drops that on you, it's so hard to get around it. It does so much damage. I mean, the thing about damage prevention, again, is that it's from every single source. So anything that Hidden Wings is throwing at him, every single source is being reduced by 4. So it looks like he's going into the healing option.
He's going a Flower Garden, followed by a Tree Sprout. So we've seen how these cards synergize before. You know, Flower Garden increases healing by 2, and Tree Sprout heals you and draws cards. So it seems pretty good.
And that's a good play there again, because if he's not able to get damage through the Razvid, then you might as well sit there and work on your own hand, work on healing yourself up. Aha.
Dolo the Mighty here, grabbing a couple of cards. And a Magmoran coming in for some chip damage.
Nice use of that worm.
So Corvid Conspiracy is doing nothing, but the Tree Sprout is gonna get the value with the Flower Garden for 4 healing. So it's gonna put Hidden Wings up to 22 and Razvid sitting on 26.
Really playing into the strength of that green. Good use of that worm though, because again, that's going to slow down that healing just a little bit.
Just a
little bit of
tad,
damage,
yeah.
Right? So that's excellent use against the nature deck.
Yep. But we got a Trianu healing his opponent back up to 29, so that Trianu can pick up a couple extra cards.
The health swing of this game, or the potential health swing, always amazes me. Like you watch that bounce back and forth in games like this, and it's just amazing. Like he's dead. No, he's healing. No, he's dead. No, he's healing.
And there's a Monstrous Defender, a bit more defense on the table for Hidden Wings. You know, he's working with his healing and his damage prevention. And an Umbron Informant.
All right, we got here Prism Cannon coming down.
Yep.
All right.
He's ready to rotate, so the point of damage gets prevented by the Monstrous Defender from the Magmoran.
So he's setting up the damage. Here, both opponents still very high in health at this point of the game.
Yeah, quite deep in the game, but we're sort of deep in the healing side of the game. Corvid Conspiracy again, bouncing off and doing nothing in the face of the Crystal Skin. But the Flower Garden helping with the healing a bit there.
Look at that, bringing him up to 25.
Yeah.
Monster Defender sitting there just saying, come at me, bro. So, yeah, a lot of reduction. Both of them playing super defensive right now, although it looks like Razvid is starting to build up into his offense again.
Yeah. And I feel like both the players might be starting to get a bit low on cards as well.
Definitely. Well, we got Razvid's got 3, and you've got 5.
Well, there's the old oak for the restarts. He's gonna restart both of his buffs, the Tree Sprout and the Corvid Conspiracy. And unfortunately can't get it use his usual Prism Cannon trick.
It's interesting. It feels a little early on the Corvid Conspiracy, but I guess he had to before it went away, just because of that Crystal Skin's still in play. Such a big source of damage reduction. Yeah.
Cool. So the Magmoran doing no damage, but everything's spinning forward a bit.
Okay, getting closer again to that cannon. Some discussion here.
Dolo the Mighty to draw a couple of cards.
Fill up that hand again.
Yep.
All right. Oh, that looks like a Wrath of the Mountain.
That does look like a big damage hit.
And a Crystal Bat.
And it looks like we just fixed the life totals, staying on 29, because obviously the Crystal Skin's protecting him from the Dolo the Mighty ability.
It was an easy mistake to make.
Yeah.
We start out playing with that.
So just drawing a couple cards. So back to Hidden Wings, who's gonna do nothing with his Corvid Conspiracy into the last turn of the Crystal Skin, but he's gonna get the full 4 healing again, back up to 29 for Hidden Wings, and drawing a card with Tree Sprout.
All right. Both players just grinning. Looks like they're having a good time.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of buffs on the field,
Yeah.
sitting pretty on high life totals. You know, tied up on 29. And Hidden Wings just considering his next move with that big grip of cards.
That's the thing, is that I'm really curious to see what they both do over the next couple of turns and just see which direction they're going to start shifting this. Yeah, Hidden Wings got a chat with him briefly. He's very quiet, but you can tell he thinks he's a very, very, deep thinking person.
Yeah.
Very nice to talk with. Again, another local San Antonio player.
Yep. So another Solar War coming down for card draw,
Okay.
and just picking up a card. Just picking up a card.
All right.
Alrighty.
And just noticed, looks like on our
So
time in
back-
the round, we're starting to run low on time too
Yeah.
as well. So we'll see. That may come into a factor here on this game.
Yep. So no damage because the Monstrous Defender there, and Prism Cannon's one turn away from the big boom, as we say. And I can see that Radsbid in his hand has got the combo of the Crystal Bat and the Rock Rager. He's just waiting for the right time to fire that off.
Drop that off. Yeah, there's still a pretty good wall of defense waiting, so he might be just waiting for that to tick out.
Exterior Defender,
Exterior
bit more
Defender,
protection.
save himself a little bit.
And he's going to deal a couple of points of damage to himself with Dolo to grab a few more cards in hand.
Okay.
Alright, so
Now we go
now
to
there's no more damage
Preliminaries.
prevention for Radsvid. So this Corvid Conspiracy is going to pop in for 2, dropping Radsvid to 25. And the Tree Sprout is going to go off for 3 healing with the Flower Garden this turn. In just a second, yep. He gets to, goes up to 28, and he gets to pick up a
Monster
card.
Defender is gone, so we've got no defenses on either side as far as prevention. Well, I shouldn't say that. Do have an exterior defender in place,
Yeah,
so
so
that's
the
gonna
next
stop
attack card from Hidden Wings is not gonna do its intended effect.
I mean, yeah, there's just no reduction, is what I mean, out there on the table.
Yep.
There we go. It's like a Forest Mender.
Yep, so he gets to return 2 buffs to their owner's hands. And this is a defend card, so it's not affected by the exterior defender.
Right.
So he's going to bring back his Tree Sprout and get rid of the Prism Cannon. Again, just nullifying the 3 turns of work that got put into it.
See what. He's not too worried about that exterior defender though, so
Yep.
it's kind of interesting what he's going to be doing. Be curious to see here.
I believe he's just whacked back down the Tree Sprout there. All right, I think we're gonna see a combo coming in from
And here,
from Radsvid.
these counter cards 2, 3, 4. It's the big one.
it's the Wrath of the Mountain. So 12 points of damage. Just gonna smack his opponent all the way down to 16.
It's going to also make Hidden Wings discard 2 action cards.
Straight back to the deck. Those 2 action cards.
Yeah. Sorry, shuffle back in.
Yeah.
So going for life damage and hand damage, and that hurts. Especially we know that Hidden Wings really likes to get his cards.
Yeah, so he's whacking a couple of cards back into the deck. The deck's looking a bit thin. You know, both players have drawn a lot of cards.
A lot of cards. And that's the thing we have to remember. Like 2 cards. Of course, these guys have heavy draw heroes, but 2 cards. It's effectively a turn that you're costing somebody when you hit their hand like that. So
Yeah.
it can be really painful to a player to lose cards like that.
All right, so 2 points coming from the Corvid Conspiracy. Soul War sitting there. And then the Tree Sprout rotating, I believe. Yep. Looks like Radsvid's sitting on 23 versus Hidden Wings 16. Up, back up to 18 with the for Hidden Wings with the Tree Sprout.
Healing there. All right. Now he's looking, seeing his hand, seeing what options he's got in there. Looks like a Corvid Conspiracy coming out.
Yep. Really likes his Corvid Conspiracies.
Oh, it's such a solid buff.
Spirit Mob just gets straight up cancelled by the Exterior Defender. No points of damage there.
Corvid Conspiracy is one of those that just ticks you.
Flame Bat for
Ticks your
5.
opponent. Flame Bat for 5. All right, he's pushing it.
And then Dolo the Mighty for 2. So he's dropping, Radsvid's dropping to 21, but he's putting his opponent, Hidden Wings, down to 13.
Yeah, it looks like he's pushing it, right? He's going for the card draw, even though he's hurting himself, and he's starting to really kind of push the damage there across the table.
Yeah. And he gets to pick up more cards with Tree Sprout there. And the Corvid Conspiracy is whacking for 3, dropping Radsvid down to 18. And once again, Hidden Wings considering his options.
So,
He's actually playing an Insect Swarm. So at the start of every one of Hidden Wings' turns, he's going to do a single point of damage to Radsvid. And then a Spirit Mob coming down for 6 damage because he controls more buffs. So Radsvid dropping all the way down to 12.
all right, we got a nice close game down here now.
Yeah, so Hidden Wings is only on 14, so he's only ahead of Radsvid's 12 by 2 points.
Does have the buffs in play. There's a heal.
But there's a Crystal Bat for 3 healing and 3 damage, and then a Rock Rager for 6 damage.
That's a big swing.
So Radsvid's going to jump up to 15 and knock his opponent to 5.
That's a big swing.
That is like I said,
All
that's a
right,
12-point
yeah,
swing.
Looks like pressure's on Hidden Wings.
Yep.
Here.
Couple points of damage though from the Corvid Conspiracy, and 1 damage from the Insect Swarm. So he's trying to claw his way back, knocking Radsvid to 13.
Of course, it's got a Sneaky Creeble and a Stump Drift Shaman in there, so he's contemplating healing, attack, or possibly draw.
Yeah. And it looks like Radsvid's just checking his hand. He's trying to find that damage. You
Just
know,
to get that last bit to close off. Yeah.
he knows he's close. He can smell victory. But a Stumped Shaman's going to bring a point of healing to Hidden Wings.
So that puts a little timer on his victory as well. Like he's
Yep.
got to get that before the big heal comes off.
Yep.
So this is definitely going to slow him down.
Alrighty. So dealing himself 2 damage with Dollar the Mighty to
So
pick
he's
up 2
taking
cards.
The damage. There's some healing. You know. Well, there's a big hit right there. What's he going to go with?
He's going to play a Boulder
Gonna
Feast.
heal.
He's going to heal himself for 6 up to
All right,
17.
playing a safe game. All right, taking some damage from that Corvid Conspiracy.
Yep, and the Stumped Shaman healing him a bit more. So, you know, Hidden Wings jumping up to 8
Right.
and just passing the turn, just grabbing a couple of cards.
All right, looks like we're going to see a combo here. All right, he's going for the finish.
He's got the Shadow Flame down. So nothing this turn, but 12 next turn. Face up a card.
All right. I think Hidden Wings knows he needs to do something, and he's
Yep.
digging for a solution.
1 damage from the Insect
I
Swarm to
didn't
drop
see any
Radsvid to
removal.
13.
Yeah,
And
I
the
didn't see
Stumped
any removal in his hand, so we'll see.
So Stumped Shaman, though, is putting Hidden Wings back up to 12, which is coincidentally exactly what Shadow Flame's going to do next turn.
So if he just needs either get some out healing or some kind of prevention, I think he knows that his
Does
hand.
he just Triano here? Heal his opponent for 3 just to pick up a couple cards?
just to
It
see
looks
what
like
he
he's
can
doing
get.
it.
Yeah, he's got to go with something to get him some survivability here. What does he got here?
Yep.
Anything healing?
Any healing immediately? Doesn't look
Doesn't
like
look
it.
like it. I think that's an old oak, possibly. All right. So let's see.
Doesn't look like he's got any damage prevention here.
All right. So if he's not able to prevent, there is
It's a combo though.
Oh, that's right.
It's a
So he's
healing
not going to be
combo.
able to play it.
So he's just playing a Mantis Raider for
He's
some
going to
damage.
try to knock him down, and I think that's going to be all she wrote, unless he can get another answer that I'm not seeing right now.
Yep. And then Shadow Flame is going to just hit him for 12.
So
He
we'll take
knows
the
he's
12.
dead,
Yep,
but he's
he knows
accepting
the
it
game.
nobly.
Yeah,
You know, he's facing,
that
he's
was a
facing
really
defeat.
good game by both players. That was fun to watch.
Radsvid there, you know, just
Ravid knowing it
really
was pretty
feeling it.
tense. Yeah, that was a tense round. So that was a good job. Congratulations to both players again, Radsvid, Hidden Wings, both really nice job. But once again, congratulations to both players new to the game, coming in on this tournament.
Both playing some some pretty cool decks
Yeah.
there. You know, they made a few little tweaks with their sealed deck pulls that really seemed to pay off for them.
And
So-
just giving us a really good show from both players. So welcome to Lightseekers, welcome to the game. We're glad to have you guys here.
Yeah.
So
Cheers.
once again, coming to you live from PAX South 2018 in San Antonio, Texas. And thank you all for joining us.